God says, only 2 minutes left, and I am commanding you to listen with your whole heart, for this is not a coincidence that you are here. This is not a random scroll, this is not something you can treat lightly, because heaven has aligned itself to bring you this message in perfect timing. Archangel Michael is trembling, his voice is filled with urgency, and he has shouted in the heavens that someone has falsely accused you, not by mistake but on purpose, and if you ignore this message you will find yourself carrying a burden that was never yours to carry. You will pay the price for someone else's wicked plan if you close your heart in this moment. God says, my child, I beg you with all my divine authority, don't skip this. Don't pretend it is nothing. Don't brush it aside. This is about your life, your future, and your destiny. You have felt it already. You have sensed the eyes on you, the whispers behind your back, the strange weight in the atmosphere that something is not right. You have felt accused in silence. You have sensed betrayal in the air. What you didn't know is that someone has stepped beyond whispers, beyond jealousy, beyond gossip. They have entered the realm of wicked intention and made a false accusation, crafting lies about you, putting your name into a story that does not belong to you. They did this not because they misunderstood, but because they want to see you broken, trapped, destroyed. They wanted to put chains on your hands and shame on your name. Archangel Michael saw their plan. He drew his sword and cried out to heaven. He said, Father, this is not justice. This is not truth. This is not what your chosen one deserves. He stood guard by your name, holding the book of your destiny, refusing to let your life be written by the handwriting of liars. Yet Michael also wept, because heaven is giving you a choice. God cannot override your free will. If you treat this as just another message, if you ignore the call, the liar's plan will find open ground to prosper. But if you open your spirit right now, if you accept the message, if you hold tight to the warning, then the false accuser will be the one who falls into their own trap. Their tongue will condemn them. Their lies will burn in their mouth like poison. You cannot imagine their name, but God says you will be shocked when it comes into the light. This is not a stranger from far away. This is someone you trusted. This is someone you believed would stand with you, someone who smiled to your face but plotted against you in darkness. Their jealousy burned too long, their hatred fermented into poison, and they chose to give up truth for lies. They wrote words against you. They whispered to people who had power to harm you. They gave your name into the hands of those who can bind you. And they thought they succeeded. They thought you would never know. They thought they would stand back, watch you fall, and laugh. But God says, I am exposing them. I am opening the scroll. I am tearing the veil. The liar cannot remain hidden forever. Their plan will not prosper if you listen. My child, this is why I am begging you. You don't realize the danger you are in. You don't realize how close you are to the snare. The jail cell is already prepared. The accusation is already documented. The enemy has already planted evidence in the minds of men. But what they don't know is that the Judge of heaven has already ruled in your favor, if you accept this word. Michael is pacing, his wings restless, his sword drawn. He said to me, Father, why do they not listen? Why do they keep scrolling, laughing, doubting, while their enemy laughs behind them? Michael is fighting for you, but he cannot fight if you won't believe. You must know that heaven is not playing with your life. This is not entertainment. This is divine intervention. God says, Child, you will not believe the name, but I will bring it to you. Within days, something will happen that exposes the liar. They will speak one careless word. They will slip. Someone you thought would defend them will question them. And suddenly their story will fall apart. But until that day, you must not give up your faith. You must not let doubt silence you. You may feel overwhelmed right now. You may ask yourself, why me? Why am I the one being attacked? Why am I the one falsely accused? God says, it is because of your destiny. The liar knows you are chosen. They know your life carries weight. They know you are destined to rise, to lead, to be honored, to be blessed beyond imagination. And because they cannot stop heaven's plan, they tried to stop you by destroying your name. But child, your name is written in my book. Your name carries my signature. No false word can erase my handwriting. But God says, listen, there are laws in the Spirit. If you ignore the warning, if you remain silent, if you pretend nothing is happening, the liar's words can be used as a weapon against you. That is why Michael shouted, only 2 minutes left. Time is short. The window is closing. If you accept this word, if you stand in prayer, if you hold faith, I will make the liar eat their words. They will be exposed publicly. The same people they whispered to will see their mask fall. They will beg for mercy. They will cry out to you. They will tremble when they realize what they almost cost you. But until then, you must stand firm. Do not give in to fear. Do not panic when you hear strange things. Do not collapse when rumors reach you. Know that I, the Lord, am fighting for you. Know that Michael has drawn his sword not to frighten you but to protect you. Know that every tear you shed in fear is being collected in a bottle in heaven, and I will pour it out as a testimony against your enemies. You have seen betrayals before. You have seen jealous eyes. You have felt betrayal sting. But this one is different. This one was calculated. This one was meant to end you. And yet, I am telling you, it will not succeed. What was meant to destroy you will push you higher. What was meant to shame you will become the very stage where I glorify you. What was meant to put you in prison will become the key to your palace." Michael said, "Father, they don't know how close they came. They don't know how close the net was to catching them. They don't know how sharp the sword against their name truly is. That is why Michael is restless. That is why he is pacing. That is why he is crying. He doesn't want to lose you. He doesn't want you to dismiss this as nonsense. He doesn't want you to scroll past your lifeline. God says, 'Child, I know you are tired. I know you are weary of battles. I know you have asked, when will it end? When will peace come?' But listen, peace is not the absence of battles, peace is the presence of my hand upon you in the midst of battles. And you are not alone. I am with you. Michael is with you. Heaven's armies are with you. This accusation will not prosper. But the test is whether you will believe me or fear them. If you fear them, you will fall into their trap. If you believe me, you will rise out of their net." The liar thought they were clever. They rehearsed their story. They practiced their words. They convinced others. But what they didn't prepare for was the fire of truth. When the fire of truth comes, lies cannot survive. Their story will crumble. Their face will be revealed. And you, my child, will stand. Do not think this is small. This is bigger than you know. Do not think it will pass without prayer. This is heavier than you imagine. Do not think you can shrug and walk away. This is about your future, your destiny, your reputation, your freedom. That is why I am speaking to you with such urgency. That is why Michael shouted, "Only 2 minutes left." God says, "Do not delay." The liar's plan has already been planted, but my hand can uproot it. Trust me. Pray. Hold fast. Watch. You will see. And when you see their name exposed, when you see their lies collapse, when you see truth stand tall, you will remember this message, and you will know that I, the Lord, spoke to you in your moment of danger. I beg you, my child, don't skip this. Don't dismiss it. Don't delay. This is your lifeline. This is your protection. This is your warning. Michael is fighting. Heaven is watching. Your destiny is waiting. Believe, and you will be saved. God says, "Only 2 minutes left, you will be sent to jail if you skip this." Archangel Michael says someone has falsely accused you of a serious crime on purpose. You won't believe their name. God says, "I beg you, don't skip this or you'll be the one who pays the price." My beloved, you must understand how heavy and urgent this moment truly is. Time is not in your hands right now. Time is rushing, the clock of heaven is thundering, the angels are shouting, and the truth is standing at your door demanding that you open it before it is too late. Do not be deceived into thinking this is another ordinary moment, for this is the very moment that heaven has been preparing you for. You have been targeted, falsely accused, their trap was set, their documents were signed, their lies were whispered in hidden places, their mouths testified falsely in rooms where you were not even present, and you were not given a chance to defend yourself. But the Lord says, I have seen it all, and Archangel Michael has descended with urgency because this is no longer just about human words, it has become a battle in the spiritual realm. My child, listen carefully, someone whose face you know, whose name you have spoken before, whose hands pretended to bless you but in secret wrote curses against you, has set this up. They plotted because they could not endure the light in you, they could not bear your destiny, they could not accept the blessings that were flowing in your life. They wanted you to be chained, they wanted to see you locked behind bars, they wanted to see your face covered in shame while they laughed. But God says, not so. For I am rising up like fire and thunder on your behalf, and Michael is standing with his sword drawn out. The accusations are false, the charges are fabricated, the witnesses are bribed, and the enemy has rejoiced prematurely. Yet heaven has declared that the lies will be exposed. This is why you are reading this, because God refused to let the trap close without warning you first. There are documents with your name on them right now. There are men in uniforms who have been told to keep their eyes on you. There are watchers standing far off, waiting for the signal to move against you. But Archangel Michael says, this is the time to stand in the light, this is the moment to not scroll past, this is the moment to not close your ears, this is the moment to declare loudly that God is my defender, that the truth is not hidden, that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. The one who accused you thought their name would never be revealed, but heaven is already writing it in the open. Their name is being whispered in your spirit even now. You may doubt it, because you trusted them, you thought they would never do this, but God says, trust me, not them. Because betrayal always comes in the garments of trust, and deception always comes wrapped in familiarity. The one who accused you is closer than you think. Beloved, Archangel Michael is not calm in this hour. He is not silent, he is crying out with a loud voice that shakes the heavens. This is not a joke, this is not a delay, this is not an ordinary message. If you ignore this, the consequences will land heavily, and the bars will close around you. But if you receive this and stand firm, the same bars they prepared for you will become the prison that holds them. The lies they spoke will turn back upon their own lips, the signatures they wrote will become the very evidence against them, and the name they tried to bury you with will become the name that God elevates for victory. Listen, the false accuser thought they could hide, but heaven does not hide truth. God says, I will uncover their face, I will show you their name in dreams, I will let their own words betray them. Within 2 days, Something will happen that will shock you, an unplanned mistake, a slip of the tongue, a document falling into the wrong hands, a phone call recorded, a witness breaking their silence. This is the divine reversal being prepared for you right now. You must not give up, you must not stop reading this message, because the heavenly court is waiting for your response. Will you trust God now? Will you let Michael defend you? Will you open your heart to the truth that though men plot, God overrules? My child, the enemy laughed when they accused you. They thought you would panic, they thought you would run, they thought you would collapse under the weight of shame. But you did not. You kept standing. And that standing is what terrifies them, because the more you stand, the more their lies crumble. But hear me, the enemy has one last move. They have planned something within hours, something that looks official, something stamped and sealed, something signed, that will try to drag you down. God says, "Be still, I am working. I will intervene before the seal reaches the judge's table. I will intervene before the officer knocks on your door. I will intervene before the night falls and your name is read out." This is why I beg you, don't ignore this. Don't brush it away. This is your lifeline, this is your warning, this is your rescue. Michael stands weeping because too many times you doubted. Too many times you thought the warnings were exaggerations. Too many times you said, "Maybe later." But later has ended. There is no later, only now. Only 2 minutes remain in the spiritual countdown. That is why you are here. That is why this message is burning in your eyes. Because heaven refuses to let you be lost to a lie. Heaven refuses to let a false witness bury you alive. Heaven refuses to let evil triumph when you were chosen for glory. Child, hear me, the one who accused you sat in a secret room, writing your name on papers they knew were lies. They shook hands with others who despise you. They nodded and laughed, saying, "We've trapped them now. They will never rise again." But the laugh of man cannot silence the roar of God. For God roars from the heavens, "Enough. Touch not my anointed, do my child no harm." The roar is breaking the seals, the roar is scattering their agreements, the roar is causing confusion in their camp. Already one of them is regretting. Already one of them is feeling the fire in their conscience. Already one of them is trembling because the angel of the Lord has stood by their bed at night, warning them to stop. But they refused. They pressed forward. So now their punishment will be heavy, and your deliverance will be greater. Do not be afraid of the word jail. Do not be afraid of the uniforms. Do not be afraid of the accusations. For you will not be buried by them. You will not be swallowed by them. You will not be destroyed by them. Instead, you will rise from them, vindicated, elevated, shining with the testimony that God is true and every liar shall fall. Archangel Michael says, "Keep your eyes open, keep your heart steady, do not fear the storm, for I am already standing in the storm with you. The fire is burning but it will not consume you, the waters are rising but they will not drown you, the chains are rattling but they will not bind you. God says, I beg you, yes, I beg you, don't skip this. Don't let this word pass by like another ordinary message. For it is not ordinary, it is extraordinary. It is not man speaking, it is heaven speaking. It is not chance, it is divine timing. You are chosen to read this now because the angels intercepted you, the Spirit guided you, heaven directed your eyes here so that your destiny would not be stolen in silence. My child, remember this, truth always outlives lies, light always outshines darkness, and God always overturns the plans of the wicked. Now hear this, within 7 days, the false accuser will be unmasked. Their name will be revealed, their face will be shown, their shame will be public, and you will know that God has spoken. The chains they forged for you will bind their own hands. The pit they dug for you will swallow them. The laughter they mocked you with will echo back on their own ears. And you will walk free, not only free but lifted, not only lifted but honored, not only honored but blessed beyond measure. For this is the victory of the Lord. Stay strong, stay awake, stay in prayer, stay in trust. For heaven is fighting for you, and the truth is breaking through. Do not skip this, for your freedom is written in these words, your rescue is hidden in this revelation, and your destiny is sealed in the power of God's protection. The time is short, but the victory is eternal. God says, my child, I am speaking to you now because the clock is running fast, and time is no longer on your side. Only 2 minutes are left, and what is about to unfold will shock you beyond what you can carry alone. Archangel Michael has come forward with urgency in his voice, with fire in his wings, and with trembling in his heart, because he has witnessed what was secretly written against you. He saw how papers were prepared in darkness, how lies were stitched together with cruel intention, and how a name you know, has been written down as the one who falsely accused you of a crime you never committed. You will not believe their name, but the heavens cannot remain silent anymore, because if you ignore this, the false accusation will not just follow you, it will grip you and drag you into a pit where your light will be hidden. God says, I beg you, don't skip this. Don't close your eyes to this truth. Don't pretend that it isn't for you, because if you walk away now, you will be the one who pays the price that was never yours to pay. The enemy has whispered to this person, and they agreed to carry out a mission of destruction against you. They stood before authorities, or will stand, with words sharpened like knives, not because you harmed them, but because they are consumed with envy, with hatred, and with a desperate desire to see you fall. This is not about justice, this is about jealousy. This is not about truth, this is about a trap. The angels have gathered, and Archangel Michael is holding his sword so tightly that his hands shake, because he knows the weight of what has been planned for you. My child, you have been observed in secret places. Your words, your steps, your choices, someone has been watching you with the intent to twist them. They waited until the right time, until the right hour, to raise an accusation so serious that even the strongest would break under it. But God says, I will not let you break. I will not let your name be erased by lies. Yet, this depends on whether you listen now. If you scroll past this, if you silence this voice, if you shrug off this warning, then the falsehood will enter into manifestation, and you will stand as though guilty for something that never touched your hands, never entered your heart, never once belonged to you. Archangel Michael says, the papers are being written. He sees signatures being forged. He sees documents placed inside envelopes. He sees officials holding files with your name on them. But what he also sees is the one who started it all. The name you will not believe is someone who smiled in your face, someone who nodded in your presence, someone who once called you friend, family, or love. Yet behind your back, they turned into your greatest betrayer. Their lips kissed you in greetings, but their tongue burned you in secret. Their eyes looked kind, but their hands carried malice. L. My beloved child, listen with all of your heart because this moment is not like any other. This message is sacred, urgent, and meant for your ears alone. Heaven bends close to whisper into your soul, because the hour is short, the warning is real, and the protection of God surrounds you if only you take this into your spirit without delay. God says, only 2 minutes remain before decisions are sealed, before accusations take form against you, before shadows attempt to place you in chains that were never meant for you. The voices of deception have risen, but so has the voice of heaven, and the voice of heaven is louder, stronger, eternal, and cannot be overturned. God says, my child, someone has falsely accused you of a serious crime, and this was no mistake. It was on purpose. They planned it, they conspired in darkness, and they spoke lies with confidence because they believed you would never know the truth until it was too late. They believed that the systems of man would crush you. They believed that by placing your name on their lips and their lies into the ears of others, you would have no way to stand, no way to rise, no way to defend yourself. But God says, I see what was hidden. I see what was said in secret. I see what they planned against you, and I will not allow you to walk into this trap unguarded. Archangel Michael himself cries out over your life in this moment. He says, do not skip this message, for your name is being written in places it does not belong. A lie has been spoken over you, but it shall not prosper if you hear me now. Someone has taken your name and clothed it in falsehood. They wrapped it in accusations so heavy that if they are not broken, they could bury you. But I, Michael, commander of heaven's armies, stand with my sword drawn, cutting through the fabric of lies. You will not walk into prison. You will not walk into destruction. You will not be condemned for what you did not do. My child, God is begging you in this moment, don't dismiss this message as something ordinary. Don't scroll past as if the next moment is guaranteed without your attention here. For in this message lies your shield, your covering, your escape, and your redemption. Heaven does not warn without reason. Heaven does not cry without cause. Heaven speaks because the danger is real, but so is the deliverance. The one who falsely accused you is not a stranger in the distance. They are someone you once trusted. They carry a familiar name, a familiar face, but behind it was jealousy, bitterness, and the desire to destroy what God has built in you. They whispered words in secret places. They placed papers where they should not have been. They carried out a plan believing that their false story would be stronger than your truth. But God says, I have already stepped into the courtroom of heaven. I have already exposed their words. Their accusations are written in ink that shall fade, but your name is written in the book of life in ink that no hand can erase. Even now, angels are moving to rearrange the course of what has been plotted. The plans of men may try to place you in chains, but the plans of God have already broken every chain before they touch your skin. You will walk free. You will not be condemned. You will not pay the price of someone else's wickedness. But God says, you must trust me. You must call on me. You must not ignore the voice that is crying out for you now. Heaven cries, and Michael shouts because time is short. 2 minutes is not long in the natural world, but in the spirit, 2 minutes is the difference between freedom and bondage, between peace and torment, between walking into destiny and walking into disaster. That is why this message reaches you now, in this precise hour, because if you had not seen it, the enemy would have rejoiced thinking he had already won. But God says, I always send my word before destruction. I always send my warning before disaster. And I always send my angels before the battle is lost. Rest assured, my child, that nothing will go wrong with you if you hold fast to this message. Nothing will destroy you if you trust in my promise. Nothing will touch your soul if you let prayer become your weapon in this hour. Lift your voice. Call on my name. Say, God, I receive your covering. I receive your justice. I receive your truth. And as those words leave your lips, the chains of accusation fall powerless to the ground. Do not fear the systems of man, for they are ruled by the hand of God. Do not fear the lies of the accuser, for they are silenced by the truth of heaven. Do not fear the faces of those who oppose you, for greater is the face of the one who watches over you. You are safe, beloved. You are covered. You are surrounded. The lie has been spoken, but the truth is stronger. The darkness has risen, but the light cannot be overcome. The trap was set, but it shall break beneath the weight of God's hand. stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. And though the enemy wanted your name to be dragged through the mud, God says your name shall shine like gold refined by fire. Though they wanted you behind walls, God says I will set you before kings. Though they wanted your life marked with shame, God says I will crown you with glory. So rest now, not in your own strength, but in mine. Rest not in your innocence alone, but in my justice. Rest not in what people think, but in what I have decreed. For I, the Lord your God, have spoken, and my word will not return void. You are safe. You are protected. You are free. My beloved child, hear this urgent message, for heaven is bending close to your soul at this very moment. God says, there are only a few minutes left, and this message is not a coincidence, it is a divine interception. Someone has been weaving a dark story against you, a false accusation prepared like a net to entangle you. Their intention is not small, it is meant to destroy your peace, your name, your freedom. Archangel Michael is already unsheathing his sword in your defense, for he sees what you cannot see. Do not skip this, for the truth of this moment is heavy with eternal weight. God says, my child, I beg you, stay here, listen, absorb this warning, because if you turn away, the enemy's plan will unfold, and the chains they wanted for you may try to take hold. Your enemies are subtle. They do not always shout their intentions. Sometimes they smile, sometimes they pretend to be your friend, sometimes they speak kindly before others, but behind closed doors, they plant seeds of lies that grow like weeds in the minds of those who listen. Someone with envy in their heart has gone as far as fabricating a story about you, a crime you never committed. They know that even an accusation has power in the earthly world. They know that suspicion can make people look at you differently, even when you are innocent. But heaven is not blind. The Lord who searches the heart has seen this scheme, and that is why he says, I beg you not to ignore this. If you ignore this, you may walk into their snare. But if you trust me, if you call on me, I will break the snare before it closes around you. Archangel Michael speaks with authority now, my beloved child, your name is written in heaven. The enemy cannot erase what God has written. The lie formed against you will crumble if you stay under the covering of God's protection. Do not fear the threats of men. Do not fear the whispers of those who gather in darkness. Fear only God and honor Him with your trust. If you keep your eyes on Him, no prison doors will shut upon you. Instead, those who raise their hands against you will stumble upon their own traps. You must understand that this is a battle not of flesh and blood, but of spirits. Lies are weapons of the enemy, sharpened with jealousy, dipped in malice, and thrown at the righteous to pierce their reputation. But God says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment, you shall condemn. This is not just a verse, it is alive right now, hovering over your life like a shield. But it is activated only by your faith. Faith is the key that locks the prison and sets you free. Without it, you would be defenseless. With it, you are untouchable. Think of Daniel, falsely accused and cast into the lion's den. He had done no wrong. Men of envy plotted against him, using the law itself as a weapon. But because his trust was anchored in God, the lions' mouths were shut, and the very men who accused him fell into the pit they prepared. That is your story too. This accusation is like a den of lions prepared for you. But heaven already knows, and if you keep your faith unshaken, the lions will not touch you. Archangel Michael pleads, do not dismiss this. Do not scroll past this message. You think you have time, but time is urgent now. 2 minutes is the warning cry of heaven. It means the danger is closer than you think. But it also means salvation is nearer than you know. Lift your hands to God. Call His name. Say, Lord, cover me, defend me, let the truth expose the lie. And He will. God says, my beloved, do not fear. Fear is the enemy's chain. Trust is my key. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you if you choose to trust me now. The accuser of your soul is already defeated in heaven, but they try to imitate power on earth. Their accusation has no eternal foundation. It is a shadow, and shadows disappear when the light comes. Stay in my light, and you will see their shadow fade away. Even now, angels are being dispatched in your defense. Records are being reviewed, words are being tested, and the lies are being uncovered. The very name of the person who accused you will be revealed, and you will not believe it, because it is someone you once trusted, someone you did not expect. But take heart, this revelation is not to crush you, but to free you. It is better to see the truth than to live blind to betrayal. The shock of knowing who stood against you will sting, but it will also liberate you from walking in false trust. God exposes because He loves you. He reveals because He wants to protect you from deeper harm. And in this moment, while fear whispers in your ear that jail is possible, God shouts louder, I am your judge. I am your defender. I am your deliverer. No earthly bars can hold the one I have chosen, and you are mine. Pray now, even as you read, Lord, I give you my case, my name, my life. Protect me from lies. Expose every false tongue. Deliver me from the snare of the enemy. Cover me in the blood of Jesus, and let Archangel Michael fight for me. As you pray this with sincerity, chains are breaking in the unseen realm. The case against you is being overturned in heaven's court, and what heaven decrees must manifest on earth. God says, be still, my child. Rest in me. Trust me fully, and know that nothing will go wrong with you. The storm may roar, but it will not consume you. The night may be dark, but the dawn is already prepared. The enemy may accuse, but I declare you innocent. Walk with me, and you will see how I turn this trap into a testimony. You are safe, beloved. You are not alone. You are defended by heaven itself. Do not let fear rule you. Let faith rise instead. For the Lord your God is with you, mighty to save, and his angels surround you now. My beloved child, hear the voice that is being poured into your heart in this moment, because it is not random that your eyes are upon these words right now. The heavens are trembling with urgency, the Spirit is rushing with force to reach you, and Archangel Michael has drawn his mighty sword to shield you from what has been planned in the darkness against you. Do not take this lightly, because God Himself has whispered into the depths of your soul, and His message is clear. The enemy has conspired to falsely accuse you, to stain your name, to put shackles around your destiny, but the Lord says, I beg you, do not ignore this warning, for if you do, the plans of the wicked may overtake you. But if you listen, trust, and surrender, you shall walk free, for my hand is upon you. The adversary has stirred up voices of jealousy and deceit. Someone with envy in their heart, someone who has long carried bitterness toward you, has risen with false testimony. They think they are clever. They think their lies will become chains around your life. They believe that by accusing you of something serious, something meant to destroy your honor and even your freedom, they will see you collapse under the weight of injustice. But the Lord declares, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. The heavens are watching, the angels are already moving, and the truth will rise like the dawn. What they meant for evil will turn into your testimony, your vindication, your divine breakthrough. Do not fear the threats of man. Do not tremble at the sound of accusations, for God is the judge above every earthly judge. His gavel of justice is greater than any false word spoken against you. Even if documents have been signed, even if lies have been whispered into the ears of authority, even if traps have been set in secret, the Spirit of God says, you will not be trapped. You will not be condemned. My Spirit will expose every false witness, and I will bring their hidden deeds into the light. Trust in me, and you shall see my salvation. Archangel Michael has been sent as a warrior to guard you right now. He is standing beside you, shining with a brilliance that no darkness can penetrate. His wings are stretched over you, creating a shield so that no arrow of slander, no fiery dart of accusation, can pierce your soul. He says to you, child of God, I have seen the names of those who have risen against you. I know the one who has accused you falsely. I know the one who smiles in your face but plots behind your back. They have scribbled lies, they have whispered deceit, they have said, let us trap him, let us bring her down, let us see them pay a price they don't deserve. But I, Michael, protector of the righteous, will not allow their plans to succeed. Heaven itself has ordered me to intervene for you. God says you must not doubt. Doubt is the doorway through which fear enters, and fear is the weapon that tries to paralyze your faith. Right now, your faith must be your weapon. Lift up your prayers with urgency. Say to the Lord, Father, you are my defender, you are my deliverer, you are my shield, you are my judge, and you will silence every lying tongue against me. When you pray, heaven shakes. When you declare God's name, angels move with swiftness. When you speak faith, chains of falsehood begin to break. Do not think your voice is small. Your voice, lifted in faith, is like thunder in the Spirit. The one who accused you will soon find themselves standing in shame. God says, I will turn their lies into a snare for themselves. They dug a pit for you, but they shall fall into it. They wove a net for you, but they shall be caught in it. They lit a fire against you, but they shall be consumed by their own flames. You may not believe how close this situation came to destroying you, but God intercepted it. Even now, the Spirit of the Lord is moving in the hearts of those who were meant to act against you. Confusion is rising in the camp of your enemies. Their words are contradicting each other. Their accusations are unraveling. Their deception is breaking apart like paper in the rain. The Lord says, Rest, for I am fighting for you. Do not be afraid if you hear rumors, do not tremble if papers are sent your way, do not lose hope if accusations echo in the air. The Lord says, These things will come like a flood, but I have lifted a standard against them. They will try to overwhelm you, but they cannot overtake you, for my Spirit covers you. The key now is that you must cling to Him with all your heart. You must not walk in fear but in prayer. You must not let your thoughts wander to despair but to declaration. Say, God is my judge, God is my defender, God is my victory. This declaration becomes a fortress around your soul. My child, there is a holy fire burning for you in heaven. God has not abandoned you. He has not left you to the snares of men.